Yeah, I guess we could say that we're naked. Yeah, we're doing this podcast completely nude. Live nude
Yeah,
guys.
I'm nude. You know why I'm nude?
Why?
Because then the cops can't get me.
Dude, this is awesome that this guy, the killer, is naked in this movie. He gets completely naked and you just fucking running around like,
Yeah, so the reason why I watch this movie is because on the Opie and Anthony show, Patrice O'Neill said the killer in 10 to Midnight had great butt cheeks. And that stuck out to me. And I was
you're
like,
like, I gotta check this out. Yeah.
I gotta see this movie and see these butt cheeks.
Yeah, they were pretty good butt cheeks, I gotta say. Mike,
Yeah, they're good.
well, you love big asses, so you want it to be big. You'd like it to be bigger.
The women in these movies are starting to grow on me. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the women in this movie had a little more meat on them, and I was liking it a lot.
The women in this movie are way hotter than the
They're
women
really
we've
hot.
seen in other movies.
I agree, 100% agree.
I think it's because like what like this is like a movie probably seems like it's a movie made by just scumbags or whatever. And if a movie's made by scumbags, the women are going to be really hot.
What are you talking about? This movie is directed by the great J. Lee Thompson, director of The Guns and Navarone.
Oh, that sounds cool.
He directed a little movie called Cape Fear
Ooh,
with Robert Mitchum.
oh,
He's not a scumbag. He's a fucking professional. Okay.
Oh, but this is not a canon. Isn't this a canon movie?
Yeah, this is what he was doing in the 80s.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
Israeli, just like fucking Israeli creeps and stuff. You know,
they're trying to make money. That's the thing about like
hey, I'm saying it's good. The women in this movie are way hotter than in most movies. That's something you can get.
another thing Patrice O'Neill used to say was I only like working with like greedy Jews because they're honest about what they're trying to do. They just want to make money. They don't care. They're not going to tell you like, "Oh, this is morally wrong," or "We need to include this person to be nice." It's like they just want to make money. I don't think he said greedy, but he just
That
liked
seems
working with like
a little
he just liked working
anti-Semitic,
with
but
like
okay.
that upper middle class business person who's like, you
Dude.
know, let's just make money. Let's make a movie. We got Charles Bronson. We got butt cheeks. We got
Wilford
Nurse
Brimley.
Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley as Malone.
We got nurses. We got Kelly Preston in an early role. We got the chick from Beverly Hills Cop, Lisa Elbacher.
That's his daughter.
Yes, that's the daughter. He's a cool dad. We're doing another cool dads. And it's like, I gotta say, it feels so good to do another cop movie. It has been so long since we watched just another run-of-the-mill cop movie, but that's the bread and butter of this podcast, is the cop movie.
Yeah, we love cops.
We need new bread and butter.
No, this is all this is the best. There's nothing
All
better
right,
than a
Now
cop.
you got Mike thinking about bread and butter. Well, you.
I didn't
Here's
have
the
dinner
thing-
yet either.
Oh no.
Oh, now here's you know what a
Imagine,
cop,
dude.
you know what an 80s cop movie is?
What?
It's a cheeseburger, fries, lots of ketchup, and a Coke. It's just like it's not complicated, but when it's good, it's as good as it gets. It's better than any fancy fine dining. This is what you want.
Amen,
You know,
brother.
it's not good for you, but it's the best. And
Yeah.
these guys nailed it. J. Lee Thompson. This is my second time seeing the movie. This guy knows how to shoot a fucking scene. The camera will push, move around. We'll have one shot for a scene. We'll cut. Boom. Now we're in the next scene. Boom. We cut. Like the guy is just moving. He's telling a story. He knows he's better than this, but he's doing a kick-ass job. And Charles Bronson, this guy can act. This guy can act.
What is his accent? I was trying to figure out what accent he has, or is it like a completely like his own? He has like his own accent, a one-person dialect or accent.
He's Polish, right?
They all sound like Charles Bronson in Poland.
He's the epitome of stoicism, is what he is.
Oh, Charles Bronson's Polish, you're saying?
Yeah, definitely.
What's his real name? Fucking Charles Bronson-Kowski or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think
Charles
so.
Denon Spukinski.
Spukinski.
Bukinski. He's from Pennsylvania in a
Almost
coal
got
mining
us.
town in the mountains, the Allegheny Mountains.
Oh, that's cool.
Bronson's father, a miner, died when Bronson was young. He worked in the mines until he joined the Air Force in 1943 to fight in World War II.
Tight.
After his service, he joined a theatrical troupe and studied acting. Can
Well,
you
Charles
imagine?
Bronson was in World War II,
Yeah.
and then he joined a thing. Yeah, yeah. You're like a Shakespearean actor.
There are a lot of people at that time that were like that.
That's pretty cool. I just didn't realize he was that old, honestly. Or I didn't like place him as being like part of the fucking silent generation.
The greatest generation.
The greatest generation. Yeah, you're right. Tom Brokaw. That's why
He was,
people call it the greatest because Tom Brokaw wrote a book, but it's cool. Did you
well,
know that?
why do you know what the silent generation is?
The silent generation is it's the same generation.
No, it's not.
Silent generation, baby boomers, Gen X,
No.
millennials.
Like
No,
silent film
Us,
generation.
The
baby.
silent generation is before
I don't
the
think
greatest
so.
generation.
Here, you keep talking about it because this is going to be bad if we.
Well, I think that's what I thought.
Yeah, I know, I get it, but no, the greatest generation is a name that the people started calling it the silent generation because Tom Brokaw or somebody wrote a fucking book about like how great they were.
What's the silent generation? I'm sorry. Did you say?
No, you're right. Well, hold on. This is getting complicated. If you look on Wikipedia, it says lost generation, greatest generation, silent generation, baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Gen Beta. But who cares? Who knows? People are
cares a
constantly pushing these things around. I thought silent generation came before
I
greatest
think the greatest
generation.
generation is the one that came up with Skibbity Toilet. So
I think our generation is the gayest generation.
yeah,
Now,
we're the gayest.
10 to
Sure.
midnight. Cool dads. Charles Bronson is a dad. He's a cop. Okay. And what kind of cop is he? He's a great cop. He gets the killers. And in this movie, there's a killer, a very nasty serial killer played by Gary Evans, I think is his name. I don't know. The guy likes to get nude to leave no evidence. This is one of the all time great movie ideas. What if
Yeah,
a guy was nude when he killed the women? You're used to a movie where it's like, oh, the woman is nude getting killed.
true.
But in this film, the killer is nude.
Yeah, they shouldn't do that more often. Make the killers nude. It's a cool. It is a good idea. It's a good inversion of the movie.
Now, in the
But they should
opening
have, like,
scene, the killer goes to see Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and he's very annoying. He's talking to these girls. Now, one of the girls is very attractive, the other one not so much. And I love the dynamic here because the one who's not that attractive thinks he's cute.
she's into the attention. But I mean, I thought she was pretty attractive still. But like that's what I'm saying. Even like the unattractive woman friend in this movie is still like pretty attractive. But the one who is attractive is extremely hot.
Hell yeah, she's super fine. Nice titties.
And she's wearing like
Fake-
tight white
fake
pants.
boobs, I think. Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And when he's buying the ticket, he's like rubbing his cock like on her ass.
Smooth move.
You know?
Yeah.
Got to
This
assert
guy's-
dominance.
This guy, this is like
You like that move?
I do like that move.
Have
You
you,
gotta
ever
try
done
that,
that
Mike.
move?
No, but
You think about it on the bus.
I our friend Manny was convinced that when he goes to strip clubs that the women would grind on him, and he's like, they know I have a big cock, that's why they like me. He was convinced that was why they liked him, if they even did like him, you know.
Right.
No, he's probably right. Manny's
Yeah.
probably right.
He's
But-
a cool guy.
But this guy is just like bursting with confidence. Not Manny, the killer, but I mean, I guess Manny is too. But-
Bullshit. He has no confidence. That's his problem.
He's fucking killed, running around naked. What are you talking about?
That's fair. Yeah,
And he's
because he
also
can't-
like he's not like shy around the women.
Yeah, I guess you're
He's
right.
fucking up big time because he could easily like little adjustment, pull back a little bit.
He is confident, but in a annoying way.
Yeah.
Well,
it's-
he's in great shape. He does karate. He's attractive, but he's a creep. And also, he's not interested in having a girlfriend. He likes the dominant.
Sure,
He
he's got,
likes
like, a-
harassment of these kind of relationships that he likes to prank phone call women. He likes to sexually harass women. A woman the friend who's not as attractive shows him interest, and he like goes, "You're probably just a lesbian with a girlfriend." Right? Like
Yeah.
he doesn't want to be with anyone. He just wants to rape, assault, kill, molest.
That's how a lot of people are these days with like Tinder and stuff. Like nobody wants to be with anybody. They just want to like, you know what I mean? It's hard to find a partner.
You got your heart broken a few times.
Yeah.
I've never
That
used a
sucks.
dating app.
You get,
Guys will be rubbing their fucking cocks on your butt in the movie line, and then you try to talk to them, and they're like, fucking pull away. It's like quit sending mixed signals. Hey, but I had a thing. I was thinking about the naked shit. So like,
well, we got to explain what happens. He goes to
okay,
the movie theater. He harasses the
please come back
girls,
to this.
creates an alibi. Then he goes like, "You want popcorn? Huh? Huh?" He makes a big deal out of it. Then during the movie, he goes to the bathroom, sneaks out the window, gets in his van, goes to his real target, who's humping in the woods nude in a van. He attacks and kills her and her boyfriend fully nude, so he leaves. He gets no blood on his clothing. Then he goes back to the movie theater, sneaks back into his seat, harasses the girls as they leave, thus creating the perfect alibi. So that's the nude. That's why he's nude. He's creating the
Oh,
perfect
that's why
alibi.
he's nude.
And
I
he's
get it. I get it.
I thought it was a flashback, but I was very into like the jumping around and stuff in that part.
And that girl that he killed has a banging body. I mean, she's like primo.
blonde.
Yeah.
You see her pubic hair. She runs around fully nude.
Yep.
Yeah, he chases her through the woods, and they're both completely naked. It's pretty cool. Like it's pretty. Movie doesn't do like go there that much or that often.
You're not going to see that in a fucking Jennifer Love Hewitt, I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel.
Yeah.
You're
Now-
gonna leave body hair at the scene now that they're gonna catch you with. Now you're gonna leave body hair and DNA, which they didn't have back then.
Oh yeah, pubes. You're just going to be shedding pubes.
Yes.
There's a famous scene in a recent slasher movie, somewhat recent, the remake of My Bloody Valentine 3D. There's a fully nude girl with shaved pubic hair shot in 3D in this that you see her for minutes at a time. And that's the only scene I've seen in that movie, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So check it out.
How did you see only that scene, Willie?
It's a very famous scene.
Oh, okay. It's famous. That's what.
What do you mean it's shot in 3D? Like you got to wear 3D glasses and shit?
In the movie theater, yeah, they projected it in 3D and you saw her.
Just like whoa.
A shaved
trying
pussy.
to grab some titties and stuff.
You saw a shaved pussy in 3D.
Damn,
Something
that's
I've
awesome.
never seen in real life.
That is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine if that. So you're just describing reality for most guys, but that's cool. But so I had a thought about this naked thing. So like, you know how like horror movies are normally like the lady's naked and then she gets killed or whatever.
Yes.
But this,
I've heard of this. Psycho, yes.
or it's
yes,
like
yes.
after they fuck,
Sure.
yeah, it's like
Halloween,
a punishing
yes.
sort of thing. So it's like, but this is like a meta thing about horror movie shit where it's like the killer is like literally a guy who these like hot ladies won't fuck. A lot of time, in a lot of the instances, the hot ladies don't get naked, but he's completely naked. But they've like explicitly rejected him or whatever. You don't see them naked, you see him naked. That means something. Probably.
Yeah, but the
right?
woman's fully nude.
In the first one, the woman is
Now,
fully nude, yes, but
It means something,
Work with
Adam,
me
and
here.
I believe it is clarified when the woman is in the morgue and they're talking about the crime.
Was this girl raped, Doc?
There's no evidence of forcible entry.
I could have told you that,
On the basis of what?
Well, if anybody does something like this, his knife has got to be his penis.
And they're saying like there was no seminal fluids left behind. And Charles Bronson says, well, yes, because the knife is his penis.
oh yes, that's right.
Just like Seven. Just
The
like
meta-
Seven.
the knife is
meta-
the penis.
The metaphor becomes
The knife is the penis.
the foreground. It becomes the subtext becomes the text. His knife is his penis.
Yeah. Is that
He's
now,
and he's
Mike? So,
stabbing.
Mike, now you've stabbed a guy before.
Mhm. Yes.
Well, is that true?
Yes. Well, I think I don't know if there's statute of limitations, but yes.
Oh, sorry, Mike. Yeah, sorry. I had to make this great joke, but
When
yeah,
you plunge a knife into a man and then that man realizes he's been stabbed, that fear in his eyes, there's nothing like it. It's just an amazing feeling that you see this him all of his like toughness just drops out of his face immediately, and then he gets freaked the fuck out. And
yeah.
that's like a high I've never felt.
Well,
twice.
it's like, but and that's why you came.
Yes, exactly.
Came in your pants.
But
Jesus, Mike, this is a creepy
cut,
thing that I just made you say, but
he cut me first.
Everyone's weird, freaked out, right? Everyone's listening is freaked out.
Well, you know, whatever.
It's okay.
Here's the thing, Adam. You got to do these stories and go allegedly.
Allegedly, of course.
Or talk about a rhetorical person. You got to be smooth and slick.
I know. I just wanted to say that Mike was putting his penis in a guy.
You want to make sure when you stab someone that you grip the knife extremely tightly so you don't cut your own hand. Like I did.
This is why people listen to this podcast.
Right.
Yes,
And that's
kind of tips.
And that's the kind of thing I'm thinking about when I watch this movie. If you're fully nude, running through the forest, stabbing a woman to death and her boyfriend, you're going to get cuts. You're going to get scratches. You're going to hurt yourself on the knife. This happens all the time. What kind of knife was he using, Mike? We see him practicing earlier in his apartment by himself.
A cute little butterfly knife. It was very cool. Illegal in California. I may have a couple. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Now, butterfly knives are...
What's the big deal?
Well, it goes back to the 40s or some bullshit. Now,
gang shit.
Gravity knives. It's a whole thing. Now,
no butterfly knives, no gravity knives, no automatic knives in California.
Butterfly knives don't have what do you call the guard? Is it a guard on the handle?
The troil.
The troil. That's the thing that would protect your hand.
Yes.
Like the Rambo knife. It's the little arms.
It's the thing. The flat.
The T part.
The T. Swords have it too. Come on, guys.
I love it on a sword.
Swords. I love it on a sword. It's the best.
But what is nice about a butterfly knife is you don't have a sheath, you have the handle. But you're really risking yourself. You're really risking cutting yourself and leaving some blood and evidence. However, this guy leaves no evidence. And they can't fucking convict him.
But is it maybe the forensics of the time.
Yeah, I mean they didn't have DNA evidence or anything like that.
Used to be so much easier to kill a bunch of people.
It is funny too that he's wearing gloves too. He's completely nude, but he does put on gloves, I guess, to not leave fingerprints on their skin or something.
Sneakers.
Yeah. It's definitely shoe print evidence back then.
Also, he knows the victim. He works with the victim, right? She's like his coworker. And we see him at the office. He's the IT guy. And there's like a secretary pool. There's just like row after row after row of these like young girls in their 20s, and he's like, they don't have computers, they have typewriters, and he like fixes the typewriters, and then they get a phone call and they're like, no, she's dead, no.
Oh no, oh my God, no, Betty's dead.
What happened? What? No. Does anyone know what happened to her?
But also the cops question her roommate, and then during the funeral for the first girl, after the funeral, he sneaks back and kills the roommate.
Yeah, this guy is a master.
He's looking for the diary. He's looking for the diary.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Or she calls him like a creep or something in the diary.
Was she naked? Was she naked too? I remember she like took
she's in her lingerie.
Oh, nice.
She just looks good.
She's making eggs.
Sometimes that can be sexier than nude.
Eggs is a very sexual food. Let's face
Plus
it.
Toast.
Especially with a woman making it.
Toast pops out when she dies.
No, it's sexual when I make it too. But yeah. You haven't had my eggs, dude.
They're like little boobs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Flat.
Little white boobs with yellow nipples.
Big nipples.
Big yellow nipples.
Or
Dinner
is the
plates.
egg just a nipple?
You're saying the entire egg is the nipple? Oh, and the yellow part is the little tip thing? What
Yeah.
do they call it? Aerial. Wait, what's the fucking part of the bump?
The suckling part?
The suckling part.
The tip.
I don't know how the fuck is
It's
that
called
the
the
areola or is the other
It's
part
called the
there?
penis.
Yeah, that little suckling part.
The penis head of the nipple.
Yeah, totally. Anyway, this guy's good, man. He's fucking sneaks in. He's completely naked. Nobody sees him. Nobody's like, hey, what's that naked guy doing?
Why is
The
that naked
with
guy
the gloves.
breaking into the house?
Yeah. It's probably nothing.
She's kinky. She's probably kinky with
Yeah.
a kinky lover.
It's the perfect way to get away with any crime. Just be
Playing
nude.
sex games.
There's no evidence.
Yeah.
You'd want to be more like at the end of Departed when Mark Wahlberg murked that guy. That's what you'd want to be, all covered up, booties over your shoes, gloves, keep your
Yeah.
hair in, all that. Not naked.
Of course, it's like back then they had blood evidence. Now they had hair evidence and DNA. Now they just have fucking cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
So if
and
you
your
were
cell phone.
Yeah, so if you were to leave a movie theater, you would just be spotted leaving. That's how they got the guy in Idaho. They had him driving around. It was very easy to narrow it down.
Well, they couldn't find the real guy who killed the United Healthcare CEO.
What do you mean? They had him on camera.
Yeah, well, yeah, they had him on camera, but they didn't mean they could find him.
They found him in 4 days.
Luigi is innocent. Are you fucking
here we
kidding
go.
me?
Yeah, he just only got caught with the gun.
They
He was
planted
ca-
that shit, dude.
He was
Free
caught with the
Luigi.
murder weapon.
Free Luigi. Free the guy who did it too, by the way. But hey, remember when they go? But then like Charles,
He should have been
Bronson-
nude.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
A fully nude man shooting him
In the middle
down
of
the streets of New York.
That would be awesome.
All the girls and gay
convict
guys would have
him?
been like, ooh, because they love Luigi. So,
With the perfect butt cheeks.
Yeah.
You know Luigi's got great butt cheeks.
oh man, could you guys imagine?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sweet.
with the dimples. The
My wife
inward
closed the door, like sealed the door.
his
after I
butt his butt looks like
said, we talk about
RoboCop
Luigi's butt cheeks.
in the movie.
Butt cheeks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. RoboCop's robotic butt cheeks.
Yes.
Yeah. He's got, yeah. The man's got a killer body. He does a good job in this movie. I was kind of thinking, like, is this guy a good enough actor for how cool and special of a role this is? But he does a good job, I think, to be like a creep and shit. Like, but you could, like, this just like this idea of killing people completely naked is like an insane thing that I want to also this movie spends a lot of time with him in his like point of view, in his like paranoia and stuff like that. So it's like a very juicy role. He does a good job. But hey, dream casting. Whose butt cheeks do you want to see? Who do you want to see naked?
Well, we've
killing?
seen Patrick Bateman's. Those
Yeah,
are pretty
it's like that, I
nice.
guess. We don't have to do this. What's the next thing you want to talk about?
Who's a guy with a nice butt? I just can't think of any.
I mean, I would love to see I mean in that era or modern.
Hey, what are you gonna? Whatever you want. If you want to remake the movie,
See,
that's
I like
okay.
to go against the grain. It's like we got the handsome guy in shape.
Wilford Brimley?
What about Elliot
yeah.
Page? I'd love to see her butt cheeks.
His butt cheeks.
His
Yeah.
butt cheeks, you know.
Yeah, totally.
Something
cool.
a little twisted. Or what about Bob Dylan? Robert Zimmerman to his return to acting. We haven't seen him act since the movie he
Dude.
made. Plus, like Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. I would love to see, an 84-year-old Bob Dylan doing
Yeah, I'd love to see
butterfly
his butt
knife
cheeks.
tricks, running around the forest.
Yeah. Anybody, imagine anybody, and it's a lot of fun to just picture their butt cheeks. So it's a little
Joe
thing you guys can
Biden?
do at home. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Ex-President Joe Biden.
Trump would be really fun.
Trump would have to be Charles Bronson.
Sure. Wait,
Yeah,
why?
I
Why is
wish-
Trump Charles Bronson?
Because come on.
He's an alpha.
Oh,
has
okay,
that-
Okay. I'm just
The
picturing him
hair, he
naked,
looks like a cop,
running
with
through
the
the
gun.
woods.
If he had
Yeah,
lost
sure.
this election, I would have loved for him to be in like a Liam Neeson style cop movie,
That'd have been awesome.
like made by a Christian production company.
Yeah, the one that made Sound of what's it fucking called?
Sound of Children or something.
Yeah.
Sound of Freedom.
Freedom, of course.
Sound
How
of
could I
Freedom.
forget? Or he should have just
so
like gone back to the WWE or something.
yeah, WWE or
Really good heel turn.
Passion of the Christ 2. Maybe he can be Pontius Pilate.
That'd have been cool.
I would love to see him act. He could play God. Now,
Man, he really could.
unfortunately for this cool guy, this sexy killer, they get the diary. They know he's a creep. They know he knows the victims. They know he's at the funeral. Charles Bronson's daughter recognizes him from a photo. They bring him in for questioning. And they confiscate some evidence. They even have a description of what he wore to the movie theater when the girl was killed. The problem is there's no evidence, physical evidence.
Well, wait,
just,
don't they go? They go to his apartment too.
They go to his apartment. He's just a suspect. His lawyer, who's pretty confident. What does Charles Bronson do? He finds a pot smoking technician.
That shit was so funny.
Sneaks into the back room, gets the blood sample, and we don't see it, but we put it together. He pours the blood onto the clothing and gets him for murder 1. And this is a great sequence. This is like my
Cool
favorite
move.
part of the movie.
Cool
It's
cop
not even.
move.
I love this kind of stupid bullshit. And then the partner, Gary Stevens, or not Gary Stevens, Andrew Stevens. He is like, I think Charles Bronson might have planted evidence, and then he has to figure it out. And then the lawyer's like, "You're gonna have to testify on the witness stand. You don't want to commit perjury, do you?"
I love sleazy lawyers, especially in movies. They fucking rock.
Do you know who that guy is? That actor,
Mm.
that's Jeffrey Lewis. He's in a lot of Clint Eastwood movies. That's Juliet Lewis's father.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he does have
interesting.
like a sweaty thing about him. But he's great in the movie.
He's rocking a
this movie.
extremely fake toupee.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that. His wig is crazy in this movie.
Hell yeah.
He's bald.
But
So-
maybe that's probably part of like the thing, you know.
Of course, it's part of the role. So there's a great scene where Andrew Stevens confronts Charles Bronson like, he thinks you planted evidence. He thinks you fabricated evidence. I went to the technician. Did you plant blood? And Charles Bronson's like, yeah.
Yes. Yes, I did.
So the guy doesn't want to, the case gets thrown out.
Dismissed. Done.
Oh,
Cool move. Why does he fucking confess like that in such a fucking weird way?
because
He
it just
walks
makes
up
the
and,
movie
like,
work better.
All right. Good old Charlie Bronson. Just like so weird. He's such a weird guy. Just everybody else in this movie is really good. You know what I mean?
So he gets
Are they?
fired, but he keeps his gun. He
Yeah, I
keeps his
think so.
police
The
radio,
daughter is
police
so
phone.
good.
You think the daughter's good?
I think the daughter's really good.
Lisa
You don't think the
Elbacher?
daughter's really good? Lisa, what's her name?
Elbacher?
Elbacher.
Uh-oh. I don't know if Adam's going to like her.
She's in a Beverly Hills Cop.
What's her real name though? You know what I mean? Elbacherwitz.
Walkerstein.
Yeah.
But we did skip over some stuff because there's a whole subplot where Andrew Stevens, the young, handsome detective guy who looks like a mediocre TV actor, he starts dating Charles Bronson's daughter,
Yeah.
to protect her because
Oh yeah, he doesn't
She-
want to at first because he's like a
protective
gay. What
father.
the fuck is wrong with this? But yeah, and then he's like, wait, I can do this for the case. So he does it.
So she's getting harassed and getting dirty phone calls.
She's also a beautiful lady, by the way. Even like the lead actress.
Charles Bronson is a beautiful lady.
Yeah. Charles Bronson is a hunky. He's got a hot body. This movie's all about hot bodies. And Wilford Brimley, if you're into that type of body, that's a pretty hot body too.
That hot-bodied Tina, the girl from the movie theater. It says here in IMDb that's her only movie. No
I
other
know.
movie.
Damn.
That's a shame.
What a
She's
shame.
hot.
Dude. Imagine Wilford Brimley topless.
Fuck. He's probably got some saucy tits.
Maybe in Cocoon you see him topless. I'm looking at my notes.
Nice yellow
There's something
nipples.
I skipped over that we have to talk about. One of the best scenes in the movie. So they question this guy after the first killing.
At his apartment, right?
Well, they bring him in.
Oh, they
And
bring
what do
her-
they
okay.
and what do they find? They have a piece of physical evidence that only a killer would have. He has a
What?
mechanical fake vagina.
It's like a
that's what that
40-year-old
is.
fleshlight type deal.
Yeah. You didn't know what it was, Adam?
Like a plug-in fleshlight.
I was like, where does this go on the human body? It's funny because Charles Bronson is like in the bathroom while he's being questioned. This is in his apartment or whatever.
Yeah, it's in his
Charles Bronson
apartment.
has a
But he
bathroom.
finds it, but then later on he brings it out of the desk during the interrogation. He's like, "You know what this is for? It's for whacking off." And it's like, because Charles Bronson is mad because he knows this guy can't get a girl. And it's
Yeah.
like, obviously you can't get a girl because you're whacking off.
I mean,
That's-
but now it's like
that's
every
dirty.
person has that thing in their bathroom. But it's really funny, the shot of Charles Bronson picking the thing up. Like, that's a perfect freeze frame for like the in memoriam or whatever. When the year Charles Bronson died.
how do you clean that thing? Is what I want to know. That looks gross.
Mm. Yeah, that's tough.
Just rinse it out real quick or
You
something.
got to use soap. You got to use dishwasher liquid.
Throw it in the washing machine.
Yeah, you got to put it in the dishwasher. Also, he has gay porn in his bathroom, right?
Well, whatever.
He did, didn't he?
I don't know.
I wasn't looking at that, Adam.
He picked up a magazine, but I can't remember.
just
if it
can't
was
see.
Straight
Like there's
or
a
gay
man
porn.
look in like a man's ass on a magazine.
That's
So,
pretty gay.
It might have just been in my dreams.
He accuses him of being a virgin. He says, "You never made it with a girl, ever."
That's cool. That's a cool cop move.
I did like that old school interrogation where he gets like physical with him and everything.
He said he killed a cat and threw it through the neighbor's window when he was a little kid, when he was 12. And that's
Kill
like,
a cat and threw it through the neighbor's window.
that's very disturbing.
That is disturbing.
He masturbates. So it's definitely, I mean, this guy's very suspicious.
He
He's a
masturbates.
masturbate.
What a freak. What a
Yeah.
weirdo.
And then afterwards, they have to let him go. And he's like, the cops are like, his boss is like, every case is a poker hand. You know, you win some, you lose some. You're not always going to have the evidence. And Charles Bronson is like, just haul him in. Any knife, raping, whatever. Let's just bust him. Because he
Yeah.
wants to just fucking interrogate him, break him down. He's old school. But this
But
guy
it's
uses
funny, like,
evidence. He's
He
tricking
needs
him.
the evidence. It's funny how like much freedom the guy has when he's obviously like the killer. He's still like there's nothing they can do, and he's just like out on the streets and shit.
Of course. And then when they do confront the killer with the evidence, with the blood, he knows it's fake. And then he's like, no, no, no. And he's like smashing everything in the interrogation room or in the like his legal counsel room or whatever. And he's like breaking the fucking door. And he's like, and the lawyer's like, oh man, this guy's crazy. Ugh. I don't think I like this guy.
Oh yeah. The lawyer, I think, is thinking like, "Oh shit, he actually is the
Oh
killer."
yeah, he fucking did it.
That's why he
But
tries
whatever.
to do the insanity defense because he knows his guy's
That's
a killer.
right. That's right. Tell him you're insane. You'll get away with it.
How much do these kind of lawyers make for them to like? I know they have like a duty to like try to Do they have a duty to like work the legal system to their clients'
Yes,
benefit, no matter
definitely,
what?
definitely.
Even if they're like obviously a psychopathic killer.
Yes, they can decline to take the client, right? But no, if you get hired, you have to.
Well, you have to like manipulate the system though to do it.
Yes.
Yeah,
But that
It's-
seems not
Legal.
right. Well, but yeah, what
seems fair.
you are obligated to do that?
yes, of
Course.
course.
Like an oath you take?
Yes.
It's called the Constitution of the United States, Adam. It's your right as a defendant.
It's like how a financial services company has to put your priorities first. It's the same deal. Once you pay them to do it.
Or a corporation has to make as much money as possible because people are investing in it.
And you're asking how much they make, Adam? When I had my case, he wanted if we went to trial, he wanted a $90,000 retainer.
From you?
Yes, I didn't have it, of course. He's like, I'm gonna need like 90, somewhere around 90 grand. Retainer. That's just you put the money up and then he starts spending that money. And then when you run out of that money, you have to re-up it.
What did you do?
He didn't do anything.
Yeah. I got charged with a bunch of bullshit,
Come
It cost me 10 grand to get off before trial.
So the lawyer, you didn't go to trial. Okay.
No, he said,
but you would have had to pay $90,000. You're saying
he said, if you're going to trial, I need a $90,000 retainer.
Would you just find another lawyer at that point?
No, I was like, I don't have 90 grand, man. Figure this out without going to trial.
Oh, I see.
Get me a better plea deal, which he did.
Gotcha.
That's the thing. The character in the movie would not be able to afford a good lawyer.
Hell no.
So that's right. I mean, he has a job as an IT guy, but he's not working. You would go broke so fast.
Yes.
You would just lose all your money so fast. That's the thing with OJ. Like OJ won because he could outspend the prosecution, and that's not something most normal people can do.
Especially now, yeah.
That's like millions of dollars. So,
but hey, OJ is innocent. OJ was found innocent. All right.
Of course, but you have to fight
I'm just
the
saying.
Case.
You can't,
he's innocent. Therefore,
in a court of law. So let's.
You think if someone's innocent, they get off?
Yeah.
No, it's not about It's not about innocent or guilty. It's about who has a better lawyer.
There's also a difference. There's also a big difference between not guilty and innocent. He was not guilty, right? That doesn't necessarily mean he was innocent, but he was not guilty. He did not legally commit those murders.
Do they ever go innocent?
No. Yeah, no.
Innocent.
You have to like put your finger, like the
person is
lips.
100% innocent of all. They're good.
Yeah, I'm innocent.
So
he's an angel.
I'm just a little baby.
But almost no one goes to trial except for huge cases like Luigi is going to go to trial. But he has a Indiegogo or whatever. He has donations.
It's too high profile, and they're not going to offer him a plea deal, so it's definitely going to go to trial.
They're seeking the death penalty.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. They're not going to offer him something less than that. They're just going to keep that, and then he's going to have to go to trial. Might as well.
Federal death penalty is a very difficult thing to achieve, and especially to administer.
Yeah, it's
huge backlog. It's been a big problem. Is he still getting domestic terrorist charges?
No idea. I haven't really been following it.
I heard that's what they wanted to pursue. That would have been highly unusual.
Remember how like they were like, it was very highly publicized until like it was clear how much people liked him. And I feel like now you can't follow the case. It's like hard to follow the case.
I mean, they have updates every day.
Yeah, but they're not like, who does? Not like news outlets.
Yeah. News.
Oh, really?
AP News?
What news outlets do you read?
I don't.
Twitter.
Read
X.com.
I read X.com.
Yeah. That's
you're seeing shit on AP News?
NBC News. Yeah, the new thing is he wants
with your lips because it makes
the new thing is he wants a laptop.
Luigi wants a laptop
to do casework, to work on his case in his jail cell. He has no computer.
That's what's happening right now, you're saying?
Yeah, he doesn't have a computer.
Okay.
He has
I
a
thought they all
computer.
got
Maybe he has
iPads or tablets.
he wants a laptop.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's hard to type on a tablet.
So
And
All
and
right,
you
that's pretty
usually
juicy.
you get a tablet. I got a tablet in county
Yeah,
they're gonna fuck him every which way to Sunday.
for sure.
I mean,
They're gonna make an
he-
example of him.
that's what
he's
they're
com-
trying to do. But
He's completely fucked. What's he gonna do with his laptop? Write a really good
Apology.
defense, a research, like figure out
short story.
research.
What's he gonna do that his lawyers aren't doing? Is the question, right? I mean, come on. He ain't no lawyer.
Remember,
He want-
guys,
He
Luigi's
wants to
innocent.
have internet sex with his fans.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Let
Yeah,
him.
let the man do it. Yeah,
A killer
he's about to clean up.
allowed to masturbate, to whack off
They
in
should give
prison.
him that thing that the guy
The
had.
flashlight.
Yeah. So this guy like made the first flashlight, the killer in this movie. That's what they're saying.
The flashlight, Adam. You could
Prototype.
go to
He looked like he
caveman had
purchased that.
flashlight.
Cavemen had those like statues of like they fucking look like Big Lotto.
Big booty
See
ladies.
those,
Yes.
You see those statues? Mike, have you seen those statues?
I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Like ancient statues that were like
Fat
just
women.
Oh,
fucking-
yeah.
yeah, big ass ladies and stuff. It was like
It shows they're very
literally just a
fertile.
jack
Big
off,
tits,
yeah.
big ass.
yeah, fertile. That's a Big Lotto's
She is
fertile, man.
She is healthy. She
We
looks
gotta
very
we gotta
healthy.
start calling these girls fertile.
Now,
'Cause, you know what I'm saying?
I agree. And they are.
what about a nurse? Huh? Do you ever find a nurse attractive?
The nurses in this movie were hot for sure, but nurses don't wear that little uniform with the little hat anymore. You know, they wear like scrubs, but nurses are usually freaks, it seems to be.
Yeah,
They're
they're kind of
horny.
crazy, right?
I
They're
see that.
horny.
Yeah.
They just work too hard. It makes them go
They
crazy.
make a lot of money too if they have because they work a lot of overtime.
Yeah.
So, my brother dated a nurse, and her sister was a firewoman. And I only met this girl once at a bar, but I was getting serious sexual energy from her. This
Hell yeah,
firewoman
dude.
girl, and I was just like,
You wanted to have like a scene out of Backdraft with her?
I got a girlfriend. What am I can't just bang
Oh,
this
gee.
chick. Like,
Not with that attitude.
Oh, she's
On
doing
the-
that kind of thing.
I have no apartment. I just was like,
You mean you have no like second apartment?
I'm in San Francisco. I'm like visiting. It's just like, I can't.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. But the
This
main thing
this
is that
was
you
a
had
long
that you had
time
a
ago.
girlfriend,
But this was like this
yeah,
was
yeah.
like back in the day.
different girlfriend.
It was. So it was like
Yeah,
way
yeah,
back
that's
in
what
the
I'm saying.
day. You're just like, I can't.
I'm trying to help you right now, bro.
And this never happens to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where
you're
I'm
like,
like-
what's going on?
I'm like, oh,
You're like
now
the ugly.
this is
You're like the
now
ugly
this-
friend in that movie theater scene. You're like,
Yeah.
hello, yes, this is a nice person.
He's
I'm just
lying.
like-
William's a little slut. He knows it.
I
I'm
know
just
what
like,
cleans
but this
up.
was like, she was not hideous. This was I mean, it was very unusual, Mike. This is
That's
not the
cool.
normal. This
Oh,
is
I
not
see.
the
She
normal
wasn't-
thing.
Oh, she was
She wasn't
hideous.
gigantically
No,
fat.
she wasn't. She
Oh,
wasn't.
Oh.
I'm saying this was unusual for me. I was like, oh, this would have been a great opportunity if I was single.
Do you wish that you did it though? Now
In
that you're not
retrospect?
with this other woman. What? I didn't expect a real pause.
Should I have
There's
done
a real
it?
pause. He's still thinking. Just yeah. Obviously, you wish you did it.
You know, at a certain
You're not
ti-
with that girlfriend anymore, so that didn't fucking work out. You might as well bang the fucking firewoman.
I
What did
know,
that
but it's
relationship
that
matter to you?
No, it's that thing of like you drove 6 hours. You're just you're just like I'm traveling. Like I can't, like right now. Like
Firewoman, damn.
There's no Blue Chew at the time.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's part of it. You couldn't get it up, so
impotent.
yeah, you're impotent. You're like, I'm not gonna just fucking disappoint this lady immediately as soon as we take our clothes off. There's no Blue
gross.
Chew yet.
Gross.
Yeah, I
My
get it.
fleshlight stains were still on me,
Yeah.
unwashed. So anyway, you know,
Mhm.
civil servants. These women, This is what you want. You want a government lady.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, she was like, there's like a dorm for the nurses, like they all live together in a super hot like college dorm, and then go to work at the hospital. I've never heard of such a thing.
This
This is
is the
a
way things should
reference.
need to be again, I think, where
This is a
ladies don't
reference
get to be
to Richard
adults.
Speck. This is a Richard
What?
Speck reference. This is what he did. He killed the nursing girls, the nursing
Oh,
students.
guy who has the juicy tits.
The guy with the juicy tits in Chicago, my hero.
God damn.
Now,
These are some good titties.
the cop goes to the party with the girls and he hears screaming and he runs in the room and it's just a girl getting banged on top
She
of
was
like,
hot,
Yeah, even
Yeah.
that lady was very
huge shit, big titties, big naturals.
hot. You guys heard it here from Mikey.
And I'm not-
there's
I'm not a
lot of
tits
hot
guy.
ladies in this movie.
I'm not a tits guy. She has
Yeah.
some nice ones.
What about the way he sexually harasses the daughter and he talks in Spanish and he goes, that means I want to eat your pussy. You give me blowjob, I give it you in the ass. How about it, baby? And then she takes her fingers and pinches her nose and says, you have reached a disconnected number and hangs up on him.
Got him.
Yeah.
What an
And
idiot.
But she'd had a full conversation with him before that, but that's cool.
And I bring it back to you, Adam. I bring something back up. Do you think she's a good actress?
In this movie, I think she's really well. She didn't fucking come up with that part. She didn't like improvise that part. What are you talking about?
But she did it.
Okay,
She
sure.
did it.
All right.
You don't see Meryl
She
Streep
sucks.
doing that shit.
You're right. She sucks. No, she's very charming and quite beautiful, I think.
Is the jury's still out in Lisa Elbacher?
Am I in a stupid? Is she not a good actress? It's
Well,
just
she's
like-
very attractive.
and she's
cute.
she's good in the movie.
She's the girl
She's-
in Beverly Hills Cop who works at the art gallery. And she's like, Axel, I haven't seen you in forever. How's Mikey? He's like, Mikey's dead. Blah blah blah.
Mm,
You know, she didn't come back for the sequels.
tells you all that you need to know. She
Probably didn't
sucks.
age well.
Fuck her.
And what about when Charles Bronson has to have a visit to the cafeteria at
Have
the
some faith,
nursing
Mike.
school?
Yeah.
And he's walking through the cafeteria and he's like, this place is an ulcer factory. And then he sits down
So stupid.
and he has like a fried chicken leg and he pretends to cut it. And he keeps like in the back, you see him like pretend to cut it and he never cuts it.
Oh yeah, while they're like the daughter and the partner like trying to set up
talking.
a date.
But also, he first takes quiche and coleslaw and complains
Yes.
about it. He says, "I thought the quiche was a pie," and then I guess
Yeah.
I guess he went back for chicken and mashed potatoes afterwards or something. They didn't really go over that. I don't know if that's a continuity problem.
I
Or
hate
whatever.
quiche. Is quiche
Why
healthy?
is he
It's-
so weird and stupid?
I thought it was a pie. Coleslaw
Imagine if
makes
he
me
was
sick.
he
some-
just eats meat. He doesn't. He's like a dog.
a dog with a mustache.
Meat
You
and
think he-
potatoes,
He sleeps in a doghouse.
probably. Maybe on top of it, like Snoopy.
Yeah.
I just eat meat and
It's
potatoes. Potatoes. He probably loves a mashed potato.
I
You
love
know.
this like late era Charles Bronson movies where he's just like,
Cranked them out one a year. This movie
Yeah.
was probably written in like 3 weeks.
this is
The
our
screen-
second canon Charles Bronson movie, right?
Like Kinjite. And this one
Kinjite,
is I think this is better than Kinjite.
Really? Oh, I could kind of.
Kinjite is
that.
funnier though and sleazier. The problem with Kinjite is that's no ending. That's the thing I didn't like about it. But those pimps, those montages with the girls, there's some great stuff in Kinjite.
Good stuff.
So whatever. We get to the big showdown. He gets the trials thrown out. The killer goes out to the girls. He's nude. He has this cockamamie scheme where he gets a hooker, gets her drunk.
Oh yeah, he like gives her like a sleeping pill or something like that. I
Yeah.
think. And then he goes over to like the nurse's dorm.
This is
And
his alibi. I'm with a hooker at a hotel room. So
Yeah.
very a kind of person everybody believes. So then he goes to the nursing school, and Kelly Preston opens the door while Charles Bronson is like, "Don't open the door" on the phone. And he immediately kills Kelly Preston. Then he grabs this one girl and he's fully nude. He just runs into the sorority or the dormitory fully nude. And he's like on the bed holding her. Like, where is she? Where's Leslie? Where is she? Where's Leslie? She's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Where is she? I know she's lying to you. And you just keep looking at this nude guy yelling, this young nursing student. And then there's a black woman in a shower and she pulls a towel down.
Like
And
an
he
idiot.
And he sees the towel, runs over, opens the shower door, and just stabs her immediately in the stomach.
Yeah.
Then kills the other girl.
He's making some boo-boos for sure. He's making a lot of boo-boos.
It's getting sloppy.
Yeah.
He was so careful, and it's all going to hell. So then there's a big confrontation with Lisa Elbacher, trying to break in her room. She won't get out, blah, blah, blah.
Remember when she cuts the lights off right before you see the guy's butthole?
No.
Like the guy's fucking naked and then she cuts the lights off and then cuts back to the guy and he's like, if you brighten up the contrast on this thing, you might see a man's butthole in this movie.
That would excite you? You're sick.
Well, hey, give me that.
What is a man's butthole if
fleshlight.
not the ultimate fleshlight? Yes.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of like a pussy, but it's not. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think Charles Bronson has a nice butthole?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well done steak.
Very tight.
Yeah, super tight. The way he works out,
Mm.
you know, he keeps that tight.
Does he? How does he work out? He has giant guns, right? He always had big arms. Boxing? He has like a boxer's body?
No, he's a weightlifter for sure. This is the only type of working out that can give you this kind of body and butt cheeks and butthole. So you gotta lift weights if you want a good butthole. I keep telling you guys, especially after 40.
I don't
How's
like
your
doing
butt?
squats, bro. Shit's scary. I'm afraid I'm gonna break my back or shit my pants.
Well, you don't do such a heavy weight, man. But you just keep your butthole really tight when you do it.
I don't know. That's pretty hard for me. I got a pretty
Is there
loose
something-
You
butthole.
got loose. Gotcha.
Is there something I can put on the butthole to keep it intact?
Like a
Like a piece of tape or something.
like a male
Yeah.
tampon, basically, or a male pad, a male maxi pad for the backside.
Yeah.
2 fish
There you
hooks.
go.
Little duct tape.
Yeah. Put a hook on each side.
Clothespin. What about a chip clip
Yeah, exactly.
on?
Same kind of thing you use to like close an open bag of Doritos.
Yeah. I got to keep it tight back there. What
That is
about
what
like
I would
super
equate
glue?
your butthole
Super
to.
glue.
Is
Yeah.
it like Kegels for the asshole?
Yes, it is, Mike. And you've famously said that you need to do that.
I do.
So hey, your time is running out. You're 40. Your T's going down by the second.
Diarrhea
Getting
is my
lower
main
and lower.
form of poop. It's just
Okay.
It's like a fucking faucet back there. I can't turn
What
it
ab-
off.
That's awesome. That's really cool, dude.
Thank you.
What did you have
tighten
for
that shit
lunch
up.
today, Mike?
I had a chicken sandwich for lunch, and I'm not hungry. I think that's all I'm going to eat today. I feel good. I didn't smoke any pot today, so I'm not.
No breakfast.
No breakfast, just a chicken sandwich, and I'm going to stick with.
Hey, maybe you
Okay.
should smoke cigarettes.
I am on the Zyn. I've got the Zyn for 3
Oh, yeah?
days. No cigarettes. I only picked up 1 or 2 off the ground and smoked them, so I'm doing good.
That's cool. Zen is nicotine.
Yeah, it's like a little nicotine pouch with.
Do you like that? Should I try that?
Yeah.
Do
should
you
get
want?
into that.
Do you want to get addicted to nicotine? I got this cool shirt. They sent me this cool
They
shirt.
give you a shirt? Oh, hell yeah.
So
I'll get addicted to nicotine for sure.
Have you ever had a cigarette, Adam?
Yeah, I've had a cigarette before. I don't like the cigarettes, the ciggy poos. They kind of are smelly, but
love smoking anything. That's a huge problem for me.
I mean, it's cool as hell, but hey.
You know, if you're stressed out, a cigarette really hits the spot.
What after you make love? How about after you make love to a nude man?
What about running down the street chasing the cop's daughter?
Yeah.
The cop
after
who
you run
planted
down the
evidence
street
on
naked.
you. And you got to fucking chase her down. But luckily, Charles Bronson shows up And the guy gives a big speech like, "You can't kill me. I'm crazy. I have rights. I'm going to get away with this. I'm sick. You can't arrest me. You'll hear from me, you and the whole fucking world." And he's fully nude yelling this. And what does Charles Bronson do? Boom, shoots him right in the head, kills him.
Very
Yeah.
Dirty Harry-ish. And
Final shot is Charles Bronson holding his two hands out to his partner.
he got fired as a cop, but he still has his police radio in his car and his gun. And I don't know if that's a police car or whatever.
Mike, stop.
Whatever.
Mike.
And here's something interesting I read on IMDb trivia.
Okay.
The original ending had Charles Bronson wrestle Warren down to the ground during their final confrontation, but Bronson refused to get up and close and personal with a naked Davis. I guess his name is Gary Davis. I kept calling him Gary Evans.
Naked Davis. But wouldn't that be actually the ending? If you want to do like real good storytelling, the ending should have had Charles Bronson getting naked.
Ooh.
And then going after, they're both naked. He had to become naked to catch the naked killer.
With a
So he doesn't
sword
get in
penis.
trouble. That way he doesn't get in trouble. He leaves no evidence.
Exactly.
So when the cops come for this murder, he's safe.
The actor's name is Gene Davis. I kept calling him Gary Evans and all sorts of shit. Gene Davis. Apparently he's in The Hitcher and Universal Soldier.
Good for him. Hey, dude, he's bearing his soul and his butt cheeks in this movie, so he deserves some roles, I think.
Who was he in The Hitcher?
He's a cop. He's in Cruising. He's in Cruising. I think he's the drag queen. In the beginning of Cruising,
who get with in the cop car,
who gets harassed.
I think you might be right.
Because I recognize those cheeks.
Yeah. Which cheeks?
His facial
cheeks.
It's so cool. If a person has he wears the blonde wig. It's like if a person has good facial cheeks, they probably have good butt cheeks.
That's an interesting theory. That's a really cool theory, William.
It's all about symmetry. So I mean, if you got symmetrical, beauty is about symmetry. If you got symmetrical face cheeks, you're probably gonna have symmetrical butt cheeks.
I got a really asymmetrical ass. I got like a lazy eye kind of ass.
How's the hole look?
It's pretty good.
Okay. We can work with pretty good. Good.
Thanks, bro.
You're welcome. You gonna share the screen, or are you just fucking with us?
Didn't I share it?
You did, and then it went away.
Yeah, like a little thing in the corner that said you were sharing, but
whatever.
I saw nothing.
Hey, my kid walked in on. I had to pause the movie because my kid walked in on this scene when he was in the nurse's dorm, and I had to pause it. And the pause frame was on a close up of him with like a little bit of blood on his cheek. But this was clearly a naked man. But my kid saw that.
Good for him.
He ran in and hugged me.
He's gay now. I was going to say that too.
Yeah, damn.
He's gay, dude.
I almost had him. If you keep them from seeing that kind of thing until they're 5, then they won't be gay.
Have you shown him your penis yet?
Many times.
Oh, cool.
Good.
That's important.
That's how we start the day. I'm saying, son,
this is what a man looks like.
Yeah.
Turn into
son.
one.
I point my
this never happened.
Soft penis, and then
this never happened. You better not remember this.
Is that a real question about me? If I've shown in my penis?
No, it's not a real question. Anyway, ratings. What's our ratings?
Hold on.
What's our ratings? Let's just wrap this shit up.
And shit.
I get that. For me, I get that this movie's good and I liked it. I guess I just don't understand all the technical sides of it that you guys are seeing that are making me like the movie. But it was fun to watch, and it's a good cop movie. I'm going 3 stars.
I'll say 3.5 because I think this is solid. But and then there's also this subversion, this weird thing about the killer being naked and just how much they go all in with that and stuff is pretty cool.
I'm also going to bump it up to 3.5 because the
Hell
chicks in
yeah,
the
bro.
chicks in this movie were hot. They're
Hot
hotter than
I give
ladies,
it-
hot cheeks.
hotter than a lot of the other cop movies we've been watching.
Yeah.
I give it 3.5. It's really, it's trash, but it's good. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's a burger and fries and a Coke. Lots of ketchup for your fries, hot sauce on your burger, pickles maybe. I mean,
No
it's all-
pickles.
it's all good,
The
baby.
ketchup is the man.
It's just a-
ass.
The pickles
That's
are
what
the girls'
ketchup
tits.
is. Yeah.
Oh, pickles are gross.
We got tits. We got funny lines. Charles Bronson is cool. We have some bad supporting actors who don't ruin the movie. It just goes down easy. It's like on a hot summer day you're fishing and you drink a crisp, cool Bud Light.
That sounds nice.
Nothing
Did you
like
see this at the Beverly?
I did not see it at New Beverly. I watched it during COVID on Blu-ray.
I bet it would be so fun to see watching them theater.
I saw Kinjite at New Beverly.
How'd that play?
I was very confused when it played.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "What is this a good movie or not? Like, what am I watching?"
This movie, I think, would crush, right?
This is like Vice Squad. This movie would be like
Dude,
very entertaining.
speaking of Ice Squad, we keep seeing all these movies of like that with the show like LA's Red Light District, which was like Hollywood and Highland, right?
Near that, yeah, Hollywood Boulevard. The porno theaters are on Hollywood Boulevard.
So this was like a big, you know, this used to be like a big part of fucking city where you could go and like see some wild shit, and then like all of a sudden it's just gone. Like what the hell?
Yeah, HIV.
And also
Oh.
they don't need to be walking the street anymore.
Gotcha.
They can just use the internet.
Well, that's
Backpage
just
killed the pimps.
yeah, that's a very like depressing fact.
They cleaned
about
all this
modern
stuff up
life.
and then they cleaned it all up in the 90s, you know.
Some of those prostitutes were not hot.
Giuliani.
Were not hot at all. They were very ugly.
All right, yeah, let's be fair, I guess, to the
And some of them were men.
They said in New York, you could
well,
go in
yeah.
the tunnel to drive into Manhattan. You could pick up a prostitute standing in front of the tunnel, go through the tunnel, fuck her while driving, or she blow you while you drive, and then you drop her off at the end of the tunnel.
like if traffic was heavy, you're saying?
Yeah, and then she would go back through the tunnel the other direction.
What a
Damn,
world.
That's awesome.
You know,
It
it
is
was
pretty cool, honestly. That's like a cool economy
have-
to live in.
street. I mean, these streetwalkers, you know, they have HIV, man. It's like really bad.
They're
Somebody's gotta do
extremely low
something
on the
about
totem
this.
pole if they have to do it like that.
They're
Oh.
like full blown heroin addicts on crack. And they're just like you'll see them in like we used to see them in Mission Street in San Francisco. They're not, or like in Oakland, I would see them.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen streetwalkers in LA.
But I haven't. I don't
Would
see
you
them in
fuck
LA.
any of them?
In Hollywood? I don't see them at all.
Well, I'm married and have 2 kids, so absolutely not.
Fair enough.
But I already have HIV, so hey,
In your butthole?
in my butthole.
Oh,
I don't think.
you can't get
What?
it in the butthole.
Well,
Pretty sure-
here
I'm
we
pretty
go.
sure I had-
William,
yeah.
skeptical William. Here we go. First,
Can you
William
get
doesn't
HIV?
think
Is
that
it good
the
to be
Rothschilds
HIV? No, I'm
control the
saying-
world. Now he doesn't
No.
think I have HIV in my butthole.
If you have HIV, are you supposed to get HIV again? Isn't that like make it worse or something?
It's like chicken pox. You can only get it once.
I don't know.
I don't know much about HIV, man. I'm sorry.
HIV is an immune disorder. So it's like HIV is no big deal. The AIDS is where it's at. Okay.
HIV
You
is a
get
big deal.
You get HIV, you're like, fuck, I'm going to be sick a lot. I'm going to get a colds. I'm going to have
We
little
know-
cold sores and stuff like that. And then like all of a sudden,
So you
and
know, like
also
in kids,
yeah.
they're like, oh, I don't like. They don't know they have HIV in that movie. Like I know someone who got HIV and he knew very quickly. He was like, I do not feel good. Like I'm so sick.
Fuck.
Well, it's because but HIV is not like a sickness. It's like
Yeah, it is.
your immune system is so weak that you get really sick from a small, like like
course.
easily. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's not like the disease. It's like changes your immune system. And I also don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure that I'm right.
I just know this guy felt he felt it like immediately, like something's really
in my
wrong with me.
butthole. I'm
Like
telling
how a
you,
woman
I'll
feels
tell
when
you.
she's pregnant. He felt something was not right inside his body.
Yeah.
He was and he was in a monogamous relationship, so he thought.
With a woman?
No, with a guy.
Oh, okay.
And they
Well,
were
there you
using
go.
condoms, and then it was just like the
Oh
guy's
man, the
I cheated
bastard.
on you and I got HIV and now you have HIV.
Oops.
Whoopsie.
And our relationship is the things I said to you were lies, right?
But
I
now our relationship is stronger because we both have HIV and we can't go anywhere else.
That's
sucks,
true.
man. Sucks.
But hey,
So-
you got PrEP now, so you're all right.
Adam, are your children on PrEP?
But everyone in my family is on
Good.
PrEP.
Good. It's important. Everybody needs to be on PrEP. And in California, if you're voting, make sure you vote for PrEP for babies.
I'm a prepper. When I say I'm a prepper, I just mean I'm on PrEP. I don't have anything like, stockpiled for my family or anything like that.
But do you ever do show PrEP?
Say what?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Next week, we're doing Out of the Blue. Dennis Hopper as a cool dad.
Is it a cop movie?
It's not a cop movie. I don't even know how much of the movie he's in. I don't remember. He's only in like 3 or 4 scenes, but he's a really cool dad, very responsible and good.
Yeah, I bet.